what I wanted to get to, and I know you hinted at it at the top, is it's not just that Fox is projecting this. It's off their latest poll. It's not just that they're projecting a toss-up. It's what's under the hood. What are you seeing that actually like not only yeah, okay, I think we all buy 48, 48 right now, and probably the three of those are maybe even all of them are leaning Democrat. But what under the hood gives you confidence in that projection?
It's not just the generic of 53-46,
Which,
but
by the way, that is the highest, that 53 is the highest any party has gotten on a Fox poll since I think 1996, since they started
yeah,
doing it.
including Trump at the high water mark in terms of where the party was in the generic. So, but here's some interesting things. Which party do you trust more to handle the following issues? So, folks, income inequality, it's Democrats plus 22. Healthcare, Democrats plus 21. Inflation and prices, Democrats plus 10. That's a new high. And trusting who on the economy? Democrats plus 9. Also a new high. Foreign policy, Democrats plus 7. Oh, and wait, folks, wait. Really, just sorry. But immigration, Democrats plus 1 nationally in the Fox News poll on which party do the people trust most to handle the issue of immigration. It's now the Democrats leading. And let's not forget that the economy and the inflation were always high water marks for the president. He was going to reduce prices on day one. And of course, immigration was always a high water mark. The two places where Republicans still have an advantage, and it's only two. In immigration, we can call a wash, but it's national security. It's Republicans plus 2. That's a little underwhelming. And then on crime, Republicans have an advantage of plus 7. And so, when you look at all these factors, and you also look at what people say in polling about what are the most important issues, they are, as we all can talk about, been talking about since tariffs and the war and high gas prices and inflation. It's been the economy. It's what hurt Biden and Harris immeasurably in 2024. And like I said, there were promises that Trump made. He's missing the boat on this, and the party is too. And I think that's why you're seeing new highs on inflation and prices, new highs on trusting Democrats to handle the economy. And we've talked about this for quite a while. I didn't look at where independents were on a job approval. I don't know if you did, if you were able to look at that, Alex, before we got on. But my guess is most of this movement, again, Democrats have been here on all these, 90, 95%.
I'm pretty sure that YouGov Economist poll has it at 21, which I want to get to in a minute.
That's what I'm saying. So we've been saying this
21.
for months. Yeah, we've been saying this for months that that it's independents that's just totally abandoning Trump and MAGA. That we've both told people whatever your concerns are about the quote toxic Democratic brand, independents are clearly showing in their votes in places like New Jersey and Virginia and in poll after poll that no, they're done with. There is a more toxic brand. It's Trump and MAGA and his policies. So I know everybody was sort of in like, I don't like how he says things, but I like his policies. Well, MAGA, and we've seen some focus groups, Alex, where MAGA still sort of believes that, but they're not as excited about it. And independents are like, no, I don't like how he talks, and I don't like what he's doing.
So if you look, and this is where all this stuff fits together. We mentioned the generic 53 for Democrats. You mentioned the generic in Emerson, it's plus 11, but it's also 53 for Democrats. You start adding that up, and I mentioned the Economist YouGov poll. Trump's numbers are still in the toilet, but it's actually what I thought was really interesting on that one. I want to come back to this. 22 points underwater with men, and he's underwater 26 points with women. I remember talking a lot in 2024 about the gender gap. This
Right.
has narrowed significantly. I mean, is that kind of finding its level, or is it just kind of showing that everyone is real pissed off?
No, everyone wants change from what's going on in the country right now. And whether, like I said, there may be different reasons. People upset about, forever war in the Middle East, another, you know, or the tariffs, or the fact that they're farmers and they can't buy fertilizer, and when they can find it, it's too expensive. But I mean, and
Right.
all that stuff is building. But look, one of the back to Fox, in counties where Trump and Harris were within 10 points of each other in 2024. So Trump could be, but there's a 10-point. Harris is within 10 points of Trump. Democrats now lead in those counties by almost 20 points, 59-41. In other words, like even if there was a county where she led by 9, and remember within 10, uh, the Democrats are now leading there in these counties 49, 59-41. And it's with some of those, a lot of those counties were counties where Trump had a lead within 10 points. So when you put all of them together, and Democrats now have an 18-point lead, almost 20 points there. That's not even a doubling, because again, that could be a 30-point swing or a 28-point swing in some of these counties. It's pretty amazing. And again, like you're pointing out with the gender gap, with what we're seeing in other polling, like the economist YouGov and Emerson, they're all sort of reinforcing. They may have a little simple different numbers on the head to head, but when you start looking underneath at independents, I haven't seen a poll lately that included double haters. I'd be interested in seeing whether although I'm pretty sure
I'm
nothing's
pretty sure I know where
happening.
they are. Yeah.
Yeah, that they're gone too.